Hi there, this is David and welcome to New RPG News. We have a whole lot of stuff to talk about today, from Breath of Fire news, to a lot of Square Enix stuff as usual, to an Atelier complete remake, to a couple of delays and some mobile games as well. But first, like any good news show, we're starting off with a baseless rumor. There is a Persona 3 remake, and Persona 6 is apparently very far along in development, with reveals planned for this summer. As far as rumors go, I kind of sort of believe this one because, Persona keeps on going and going and going and going, shows no signs of stopping, and it's incredibly popular. And as far as popular entries go, Persona 3 is definitely up there. So we have, it says right here, there's a Persona series insider called Amihiro 2, who's over on Reset Era, and they provided an update on what Atlus is up to and how their schedule is coming along. And basically they said that the full remake of Persona 3 is in development, and the next mainline Persona game is obviously Persona 6, and they're saying that both games are currently very far along in development, going to be revealed this summer. So that's pretty exciting news for the Persona fans out there. Not a rumor. Square Enix themselves is now saying that they're currently planning multiple new games, including a brand new IP. So they've been putting out a ton of new IPs lately, like the Diofield Chronicle, Forspoken, and most of them have been pretty good. And we all know that they're also planning on releasing more HD 2D remakes, because they just recently put out that poll asking their Japanese fans, what games they'd like to see be redone in HD 2D. We also know, because of that NVIDIA leak, that there's going to be a Final Fantasy IX remake and a Final Fantasy Tactics remake in HD 2D style, which we'll get to momentarily. So we know that Square Enix is really pushing out these games. We got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out. We also have Final Fantasy 16 coming out. But I am interested to know what the new IP could possibly be and what type of game it is. Hopefully, it's a traditional turn-based JRPG with a world map and airships and multiple party members and turn-based battles. That's what I want. Again from Square Enix, one of their developers let it slip that Final Fantasy Tactics is totally on its way. The Theatrhythm producer, Ichiro Hazama, said that the Tactics team is incredibly busy right now. More than likely, working on the Final Fantasy Tactics remake, obviously. So I, for one, am super excited about this. This was my gateway into the tactical RPG genre. It really didn't exist back on the NES or SNES as far as I was concerned, or as far as I was exposed to it. I know that there was a lot more of those series back on the Sega, but I didn't have a Sega, so yeah. This game was my gateway into tactical stuff, and I've played it a million times, and I cannot wait to see it redone, revamped, rebalanced, and hopefully not incredibly super hard like the Tactics Ogre remake was, because I'm sick of games being just like, hey, let's just boost up the difficulty to 1,000,000%. Like, no. Let's keep the difficulty where it was, or at least put in, a difficulty mode selector, so if you want it to be super hard, you can make it super hard, but if you don't want it super hard, it doesn't have to be. Square seems to have a love affair with super hard things nowadays. We saw that Stranger of Paradise DLC, which was kind of ridiculous, but again, I'm going off on tangents here, but I'm just very excited about this news. Okay, we have some news here over on Noisy Pixel that The Legend of Heroes Kuro no Kiseki is going to get updated. So, let's just keep this clear right here. This is a Japanese game right now. It does not even have a Western release date announced. The next Legend of Heroes games that we're getting over here is Chosen to Reverie. This is the game after Chosen to Reverie. That's just how far behind we are on this series. Anyway, the PlayStation 4 version over in Japan is going to get updated with the PlayStation 5 features. Something tells me that by the time that we actually get this game here in America, there's probably not even going to be a PS4 version. It's probably just going to be PS5. But I thought that I would bring this up. It's going to add an archive function to the title screen, a high-speed mode, which I'm shocked it didn't already have, the ability to change the font size, so it's not just me complaining about font sizes, apparently. There's a little bug fix, some typos, and other bug fixes, it says, were applied. So, yeah. Like, it's just so crummy how far behind we are on these Legend of Heroes games. They take a very long time to localize, I understand that. However, I also understand that it it has already been localized into both Korean and Chinese. So, yeah, we're just, I guess, last on the list here as far as this series is concerned. Breath of Fire 3 will return in a Teppen deck. Not entirely sure what a Teppen deck is. I'm assuming it's some sort of collectible card game of some sort, but I think it's very suspect that Capcom is actually revisiting Breath of Fire and releasing these characters in this deck, along with characters from Monster Hunter Riders as well as Mega Man X. But the most important thing that I see here in these photographs that I'm looking at is that this isn't just Breath of Fire. This is Breath of Fire 3. We obviously have Gar, who's a Breath of Fire 3 character, but then we have the Breath of Fire 3 designs of Nina and Ryu as well as Dees. So it just is very telling to me that of all the games that they want to revisit, that they're revisiting this one in particular, which happens to be a fan favorite as well. So I'm wondering if they might be testing the waters to see maybe a remake, maybe something HD 2D, maybe, porting them or remastering them in some way. That would be sweet. I am always open to more Breath of Fire, one of my favorite series of all time, and it began back on the SNES, it ended on the PS2, and it was just kind of unfortunate how it ended. The mobile game does not exist, so don't come at me. And I just really want more Breath of Fire in our life, so hopefully this is a good sign of things to come. There is a second trailer out for the Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, introducing some gameplay, some new details, some new characters, and some assist modes as well. So let's look and see what we got going on here. It's showing off a little, I guess one of the villains right here. We don't have a release date for this game quite yet. It is coming out this year. Hopefully, it's only been delayed for like 6 years now, but hopefully it's finally coming out. We have Carlotta, a new ally right there, and I'm going to totally butcher this, but another ally is Yodarha. So yeah, hopefully they might rename these people before they come out in the West, because I just can't. Oh god, there's another one. Narmaya? I don't know, I guess? I have no idea. I'm terrible at these pronunciations. But there's also an assist mode, and there's 2 different assist modes, and it's basically a mode for beginners or casual players who just kind of want to go through and see the story. The first assist mode allows you to perform combos automatically with one single button. It also comes with an auto heal, auto guard, and auto dash. You can automatically unleash your skybound arts, skills, and link attacks whenever conditions are met, and there is assisted map navigation, probably like indicators on a mini-map or something like that. Then there's full assist mode down here, and it says, enjoy dynamic visuals in battle with simplified controls, and all actions are performed automatically. All you need to do is move the stick. So that to me sounds like an auto battle thing, maybe like an invincibility mode of some sort. So yeah, kind of like play the game for me sort of thing. But accessibility is always a good thing, and I for one am super stoked for this game. Hey, there is an Atelier remake, and this time it's Atelier Marie, which was originally released on the PlayStation 1, and it was the very first Atelier game. So now it's going to be remade, and it is due out this summer for the PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC. I don't know much about it because it is Atelier and it wasn't released here in America. All I really do know about it is that it stars Marie, who's kind of flunking out of her class, and her professor says, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give you your own Atelier, and if you could produce something really cool within 5 years, then you can pass your classes. So that's essentially the plot line here. So I am totally looking forward to this one to see just the origins, the origins of the Atelier series. We have a delay. This one, I believe, was supposed to come out, I want to say in May, and it has now been delayed to June 6th in the West. It's coming out 5 days after the Japanese release. This is Loop 8, Summer of the Gods, produced by the same people who did Grandia and even Lunar. So it does have some pedigree behind it. although I'm still very, very wary about it because it seems like a lot of Groundhog Day stuff, a lot of looping in time, a lot of doing the same things over and over again, and a lot of visual novel stuff, all of which I hate. So I, for one, am definitely going to hold my breath on this one. It is coming out for the PS4, Xbox, Switch, and PC, and there is a pretty sweet collector's edition over on Amazon as well. We looked at that in one of the previous new RPG news videos that I did. So if you're looking forward to this, I just thought that I would let you know that it is being delayed. And finally, and our last bit of news, Echoes of Mana is going to end service on May 15th. This has been out scarcely just a tiny bit over 1 year. This is why I don't play mobile games, people, because the second that you get into them, they just get canceled, they just get canned. They're like, okay, we've sucked you dry, we've gotten all your money, bam, done, over, the end, we're not going to support it, you can't even play it anymore. There are games that I have back on the NES and Game Boy that I could still play right now if I wanted to, because, I bought them, and they're mine, and I have ownership over them, and you don't whenever you have a crappy, shitty mobile game. And I love the Mana series, and I even kind of wanted to get into this one, and I even downloaded it, but I never actually got a chance to play it, and now I'm not going to, because they're canceling it! Woohoo! It's ending on May 15th, so, yeah, I'm sorry if you were one of the ones who were duped into playing this trash-ass mobile game, but hey, it's getting canned. Mobile needs to go. I'm so sick of mobile, I can't even stand it. Anyway, that's it for the new RPG news. Hate to end on like a sour note like that, but it is what it is. Let me know what news you are most excited about. Let me know if there's anything that you want me to cover in next week's news episode. And as always, have a good day.